Hi guys, welcome to the channel. How are you? I hope you're all safe and sound and well during these times that we live in. This is going to be a general reading about your finances in November. So what will November do for your finances? I'm going to be asking those questions, that kind of question. This is part of your questions answered series. So what will November bring for your finances? What will your finances look like, and that kind of situation? Okay, so let's get on with it, collective. So what will November bring regarding the collective's finances? What does the collective need to know about their finances? How will their finances fare in November 2020, please, universe, for the collective? What answers do you have for their highest and greatest good, please? Thank you. There's a couple come out, and that is top, okay. Top or bottom, okay. And then, okay. Ooh, okay, so we've also got the Ace of Cups here as well, and on the bottom of the deck we have got the Four of Swords, so some thinking's going on, some planning and thinking. So what have we got here? Okay. Right, so we have got, in your current situation, we've got the Ace of Wands, and this is in reverse. It's in the reverse, so this is something you're picking up. You're picking up this stick. You know, this is not being offered to you. This has been already offered to you, and it's a stick that you're playing with right now, kind of in a half-hearted way. So it could well be for some of you. This is not for all, obviously, because this is a general reading, and just take what resonates for you. For some of you, this month has perhaps been a little bit difficult, and you may be still looking for work, or you may be now freshly looking for work, or will be if you're in the UK after the end of this particular month, October the 31st, because that's when the governmental furlough scheme ends. Although you may still have a ray of hope if you're going on to the new sort of job saving scheme, retention scheme, whatever it is they call it these days, you know. But at this moment in time, maybe it's like picking up sticks, you know. You may be doing little bits here and there to implement, or to not implement's the wrong word, to improve your income, you know. So maybe you're doing little odd jobs here and there, you know, for neighbours, or perhaps you're getting a few hours in your normal place of work, but obviously it's not enough, you know. So the Ace of Wands would normally mean like some good positive news coming in, but at the moment you haven't got any kind of really positive news coming in. There's some news coming in, but it's not as positive as you would like. You've also got the overall kind of energy. You've also got the Four of Wands in reverse, you know. And this, for me, it doesn't matter whether it's in reverse or whether it's upright. This is still the 1111. This is still the happy card. Upright, yes, it can mean weddings. It can mean happy homes, getting a new house, you know, and financial security and all those kinds of things. But it can also mean that you're leaving that behind because you've already got it. You're moving on to the next big thing kind of situation. But it's still a happy time of celebration. And for me, you know, whatever way round it is, it still means that, because it's still got, you still got the base here, you know. So this is still a happy, the happiest card in the deck, okay, as they call it. So this is still the 11, 11, 11, 11. I call it. So you've got the 11, the 11, the 11, and the 11 here as well. So it's 4 11s. You know. So this is something that indicates there's going to be a change or something that is on the way for some of you that's going to be a lot better than perhaps you were expecting from this kind of angle. You know, you have been picking up sticks and you, just playing around with it, you know. However, what is coming in is a lot better for you, and this could be early November to mid-November, perhaps. I'm getting, okay. So 11/11, that could be the 11th, could be between the 11th and the 22nd of November. You know, so perhaps the second week, could be in the first week, second week of November. I'm getting it on or around the 11th. Okay. So, and there is if I remember rightly, there's a new moon coming in. It's in Scorpio on the 15th, if I remember rightly. So that could bring some good news. Also, by the 11th, Mercury will have gone direct. And I believe Mars will also have gone direct on or around the 11th as well, if my memory serves. I'm not an astrologer. I only pick up what I receive from other readings. You know, I think it's around about that time. You know, so the planets will be lined up, so to speak, in your favour, and you'll be able to move forward more, especially with Mars going direct. Because I mean, that's a drive and ambition, isn't it? And it's a fire. It's in the fire sign of Aries at the moment, which is once represents fire. So there's going to be movement forward. You have got the Judgment card, and this is bringing more balance into your life. So the Judgment card is bringing more balance, and it's the start of something that's in the past has been done away with. It's been covered over, and you've been resurrected. Right, you're being resurrected, so to speak. You know, and it's like the past, present, future kind of situation, isn't it? And you got the here. Normally you'd see like three figures representing past, present, and future. But here you've got pyramids, which is like the past, and you've got a doorway here coming out of the pit. Now you see that, the doorway and a bright light shining, guiding you in towards this doorway between the pyramids. You know, so this certainly indicates that something good is on the way to you. You know, for some of you at least, if not for all of you. For all of us, I think we're going to get something good. But for those who are looking for work, the opportunity is looking good. And for those of you who are looking to improve their finances, either through their current work or through the business situation, whatever it happens to be, it looks like that will be improving as well. It will be a new start of some kind. A resurrection, maybe something that you've started in the past, and now it's moving forward again. It could well be, depending on where you are, perhaps you've had to close your business temporarily because of lockdown situations, but now you're able to open them up again, and perhaps, you know, there's been some kind of relaxation. It depends, you know, wherever you are, whatever country you're in. You know, certainly here in UK that might not be for a little while yet, you know, but it's on its way. Other parts of Europe and so on, some of them are just going into like a lockdown. Some of them may not have this opportunity until, you know, next year even, you know, but it is on the way. There's some kind of good change coming along the way. Have got also the Hangman, yeah, and you know the Hangman represents someone who is thinking a lot, meditating, looking for clarity, looking for some kind of an enlightenment. And for some of you, you're going to receive that enlightenment. You're going to achieve that Satori moment, that aha moment, if you like. So you got this guy here. Well, it's a lady, and she's on one of those, you know, those ribbons you see, like the circus acrobats do. They tumble down these ribbons, two ribbons, and you think, oh, that's never going to hold them. And then they just stop mid-air like this. They have them wrapped around their legs, and they just stop them mid-air, and you know, oh hum, have a look round, yeah, blah blah blah. They're not holding on, only the power of their legs holding on, and then just, you know, release that, and then they tumble on further down to the ground. You know, so when you're ready, you'll be able to move forward. Whatever is coming in, this opportunity is coming in, that's going to replace the picking up sticks situation you might be in now. Some, the pennies even that you might be picking up now. This opportunity is going to be coming in because you'll be able to move forward, but not until you're ready. You have to be ready mentally for it. Okay, you have to have that moment when you just feel, yeah, this is right for me. So I think this is also saying, just don't take any old thing that comes along just for the sake of having some money. Hold out a little bit if you can. I'm not saying you have to, it's up to you, it's your choice, depending on your particular circumstances. But if you can, maybe hold out, because it could be something else that's coming along that's a little bit better. And this certainly indicates, with the overall energy here, it certainly indicates that something better is coming along with a fresh start. Yeah, I mean, for some of you, this could well be going back to work after a period of time of having not been able to work, because of everything that's going on, and you might be earning a bit more money than you expected. It could well be, like in some areas, like we have here in UK, we've got like tier systems, dependent on which country we're in, as in England, Scotland, Wales or Northern Ireland, will depend on what kind of tier you're in the area, but and the situation that involves. But for some, it'll be a case of, if you're in the highest tier, say in England, which is tier 3, I think you'll be getting something like up to 2/3 of your wages, and you only have to work like 1 day a week or something like that. So you should be better off in that sense, although it is only going to be a temporary situation. It's not going to be forever, so you're going to have to make some plans and think about what you're going to do in the future as well. Have got the World, and that's like crowning everything. This is your outcome. So the World is a new phase that's starting. An old phase has been brought to an end, and a new phase is starting, a new cycle. So you're moving into something new, which is greatly beneficial for you. Like I say, it won't be for everyone, but I'd like to think it would be. I feel like most people will be affected by this in some way. You're going to be moving into a new phase, a new cycle, which will be very prosperous and beneficial for you on the monetary front. For some of you, it may mean new work or a new career or even a new business. There may be an opportunity that you have an insight about, that you're able to put into practice in November or during November. Whether you actually start in November, but it depends on what the situation is. I mean, we're only a few days away from November itself, so whether you can get things up and running or not, it depends on you. Or it may be December, before you actually get started. For some, it may be a bit longer, because like I said, it could be a kind of a delay here as well, because of the current situation, regulations and all that, paperwork and all that is flowing a bit. I'll say paperwork, well, there's still a lot of paperwork, even though we've gone digital. I mean, there's still a lot of paperwork around, isn't there? Forms to sign, contracts and stuff like that. But if you're dealing with any local authorities and things like that, wanting planning permission to open up, say, the change of use permissions and stuff like that, it may take longer, because a lot of the office staff are working from home, and they may not have access to all the tools that they want from their home computers, laptops and tablets or whatever. So things do take longer, although from the 11th things should be starting to move forward a lot faster, because as I said, Mars is going direct and Mercury will be directed, I think, from the 3rd of November, so next week. So yeah, so a week next week Wednesday, Mars will be direct. Was it next? No, it's next week today, isn't it? Next week Tuesday. There we go. So not Mars, Mercury will be direct. So communications will start picking up again and picking up pace and running more smoothly. Then when Mars goes direct, on or around the 11th, something like that. It could be about the 15th even. I'm not quite sure. that energy will pick up as well. But certainly big changes coming for some of you throughout November or during November, leading on into December and possibly the new year as well, which will replace the picking up sticks, picking up the bits and pieces. Okay, I said you have got at the bottom of the deck, you have got the Four of Swords, so that's a lot of thinking, resting, waiting, meditation and so on. So that ties in with the Hangman as well, and also ties in with the Judgment card, where you may have to wait. You know, it may not be exactly in November before you see the benefits. It may well be in December, but for some of you, you will start seeing some improvements in November. And they're all also, that was the extra card that came out as well, was the Ace of Cups, and that is definitely a very good card to have. This is good news of something coming in, and it could be a new relationship for some of you, work-wise. I don't think it's not going to be a romantic one. This is a new relationship work-wise, so for some of you this could well mean new work or a new career. Okay, so I'll put that up there because that's part of that particular reading. What I'm going to do is pull a couple of cards from the Moonology and see what we get here, see what we get for the collective. Any further messages please for the collective about finances in November, please, about their finances in November. What else do they need to know, please, for their highest and greatest good? Let's have a look. We have got luck is on your side, the new moon and Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is fun, fun, fun. So a happy, happy card. So luck is on your side. I'll look up what the actual meanings are in a moment. And we have got adjustments are required, the third quarter moon. So there may be still things that you need to work on, either mentally or emotionally. And that could be while you're meditating as well. So I'll put that over here. So let's have a look at the Numerology readings. I'll swap my glasses around so I can read them. So we have got the new moon and Sagittarius. Let's have a look at that first quarter. Mind you, new moon and Sagittarius. See that here? Yeah, here we go. So luck is on your side. Okay, let's have a bit. There we go. So whatever is coming your way, it looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. There you go. So you've been picking up sticks, things are going to change, and you're going to be happy. Okay, it's going to be a great improvement. The energy is adventurous and ever willing to take a few risks. But be careful you don't let the farm on be careful you don't bet the farm on something here, as the wheel of fortune is still spinning. So it's like I said before, don't just take, for some of you, it applies to some of you, just don't take the first thing that comes along. Wait out, because something better is coming along behind it. Okay. This card is about exploring life metaphorically by exchanging big ideas with others, or just thinking about your own philosophies. Okay. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important. It can also signal that a trip away is coming up, and that's something you're working to achieve. But the overall message of this card is whatever happens next will be some sort of gift, even if that simply means widening your world view. Okay, so some of you may have to move, or will be considering moving because of your new work situation, new career situation, going where the money is, basically. So you might, maybe some of you are moving back into the city, because that's where the work is, and it's no longer feasible for working at home. Some of you may be moving to another state or another country, another county, depending on where you are in the world. because that's where the job offer is, or that's where the career takes you, whatever, or it may be part of your work. You may be traveling around the country, retail, or doing shows and things like that. Once things improve, or it may even be you're traveling across the internet. It could even be something as simple as that, as traveling across the internet, doing Zoom calls and things like that. So that's something great. So then the third quarter moon. There we go. Third quarter moon is adjustments are required. Okay, so think of yourself as a vessel that has been filled more and more over the past few weeks. Some of what has come your way may have been wonderful, but there is also a lot of negativity, and you need to let go of this. Okay. Whatever situation you're asking about now, be honest about whether there are toxic emotions involved which you need to release into the ethers. This card also comes with the promise that all is not lost. However, there are changes or adjustments required before you will get to where you want to be. A change of course is forecast, and now that recent events have been understood and acted upon. There may also be a crisis now which will remind you that what you want and of what it's time to let go of. So pay attention. So there are changes coming up, as the Judgment card and the World card indicate, and the Ace of Cups, thinking, and the Four of Wands as well. There are changes coming up. There may still be some old baggage, mentally or emotionally, that you need to get rid of or let go of or leave behind, and that could be limiting beliefs, that could be fears and anxieties, or unwarranted fears and anxieties, that kind of situation. You may be offered something that you think, I can't do that, I haven't got the experience, I don't have the skills or the talents. Well, you can learn, and it could well be that you do have the skills and talents, you just don't recognize them in the way that perhaps others do when they view you. It's like, many people say, one of the biggest fears in the world is public speaking. Well, that's not a fear, once you get up and start doing it. It's only a fear if you're not doing it. Once you're up there, you may feel nervous, obviously, and that's natural, but once you're up there in front of an audience speaking, those fears go away. Once you start telling your jokes and you could be reading from a script or whatever it happens to be, and you start interacting with the audience, those fears go away and you start to enjoy it. Well, many do anyway. I certainly do, whenever I get the chance. But you do have that anxiety, if you like, before you go on. That's normal. It's the same with any actors who are on stage and things like that. If there anyone who's performing in front of an audience feels, music artists, bands and stuff like that as well, they feel this nervousness, this anxiety a lot of times before they go on, and then once they get into it, they're okay. This could be the same with this say, if for some of you who may be offered a job opportunity which may be in a totally different sector to you, to what you're used to, and you're wondering perhaps if you could do it. If you've got the skills, talents, if you'd be able to do it capably, there's Mercury kicking in again, but you have got the talents, you have got the skills, you just need to look inside yourself to find them. Okay, go within a little bit, because this new change that's coming up for some of you in November is going to be really, really promising, and it's going to put a smile on your face. Alright guys, that is your reading. It's just a random one, as I said, for the November. Hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, there's ways you can support me in the description. So until next time then, bye bye now.